Championships here at the Point Monsters. And we are getting set up right now. This is going to be a 2-player game. Let's do a quick review of exactly what's going on here. We are going to have a this is going to be a double elimination tournament. Double elimination, and I'm doing a live change here of the browser so that you can see it a little bit better. We're going to start with these 4 groups, and the loser moves down to a loser's bracket. We'll have more information on that as we get started. So we are preparing for the first group right here, and the first group was shown above. It's our top qualifier, our top qualifier, Eric Stone, against the number 8 qualifier, Kirby Reentz. And sorry, Kirby, for misspelling your name. We'll get that corrected right away. Eric Stone, the top qualifier, pretty much the whole way. He owned it wire to wire. At one point, he had a perfect 600 score, 6 games out of 10, and he mastered all of them. Ended up well into the 500s. Kirby pretty much coming in at the end there. We are not going to be interviewing with Brian Dominy, so don't worry too much about that. But we are going to have different players coming up right here, and we'll let you know who's going first and who's going second. They're going to be playing Jack in the Box. This is game 1 of a 3-game match. What we are going to try to do, especially because there are 8 players here, we're going to try to mix it up just a little bit. We'll try to stay with one group as much as we can, but sometimes we won't stay with that group. If it's more convenient and more exciting match going on somewhere else, we're going to move to that. But we've got these folks ready to go. And so we are here on the verge, just about getting ready to begin here. And we want you to be able to hear some of the sounds of the game right here. So bringing up our microphone right here on this area. Why haven't you seen much of Jack in the Box today? Well, our camera was actually over in that opposite corner all day long. And we're just getting ready to go live with this game. Jack in the Box, a Gottlieb classic. Not much to this game, but very, very difficult. Really, what you want to try to do is get inside that lit saucer on the plunge, then try to clear that big bank of 10 drop targets underneath. You have 4 flippers total. A lot of times you'll take the lower flippers, try to pass it up to the upper flippers. The 2 bumpers down below shield 2 very tiny but devious out lanes. And you also see a lot of center drains. This is a 5-ball game, and this will be game 1 of the championship run right now. So a big question a lot of people have is what are the rules here in this tournament finals format? It's head-to-head double elimination. We're going to have 3-game matches. The top-seeded player in each group will choose either the machine or the position for each game in the match. This is what they call Papa-style scoring. And we are going to begin with former North American champion Eric Stone, currently number 5 in the world, playing local hero, Kirby Reeds. Oh no, good save. Oh no, again, another beautiful two flipper save there. Yep, oh yes, the pop fly. And where is it going? And you hear Eric groaning and right down the middle. 7,830, not a bad start. We move on to Kirby Reents. Fortunately, Eric is standing directly in front of the camera. Thanks for moving over, Eric. We're in game one of a 3-game playoff here. Just getting started. All 8 players are in the mix. Kirby Reeds, who's had just a fantastic 2019 in Florida Pinball. It seems like he makes every playoff that he attempts. Lots of folks having tremendous years. A nice move right there. You want to keep your angles really wide. Yep, that's, whoops. Get out of there. No, you don't want to do it too hard. So 2270. And it looks like they accidentally started a 4-player game here. That's not too bad. Probably should have chosen to go with players 1 and 3 here instead of players 1 and 2. But it's all good. Try to avoid the messy tilt-throughs. Nice play by Eric. Oh, and he decided to go instantly there. He basically twitch flipped that. Oh no. I think he got a little too anxious with that strategy right there. A little too anxious. Kirby Reents now. Oh, wow. A very funny feed, and he handled it nicely. Another pop-up. Beautiful stop. Nice dig. And around the horn, and he picks it up. Oh, what kind of presence right there. To pass up the right flipper and choose the left. Great play by Kirby. Now he's got 1,000-point bonus right there for each one of those dropped targets. He's got 7 out of 10 dropped. And that's going to be a good comeback right there, 15,860. Back to Eric Stone. Eric, of course, has to plunge all 4 players here, and then we'll come back to him as player 1. Again, we're looking at the 5th highest ranked player in the world. Big question, why is he not over in Italy competing for the world title? Because he had to work. So he's here instead, making the best of it. You're watching the Classics Finals right now. And we are going to put that up on the screen. We've got already a request saying, could you please add it? We can do that. And they're playing so fast, I can't get over there. Huh. That was so fast, I didn't even have to put up Kirby Reigns. In case you weren't aware, you're watching the Classics Finals of the Point Monsters Championships this weekend. Very unusual technique there, reaching around the mobile rig. But it worked. Oh, what a save. But not that time. Yeah, unfortunately, you don't get away with that twice. Great competition here. 5th in the world versus 5th in the state. Kirby Reigns out of Central Florida. That's, oh, wow. How did he not tilt with that? Tremendous. Again, he's got 1,000-point bonus here. This is where he has to come back. I believe that we're going into ball 5 here pretty soon. A little ping pong action with those two flippers coming on down here. Comes out. Great play. Nice soft touch on that drop target. But this is looking very good. This will put him in the lead if he avoids a tilt. So, Mr. Kirby there. Let's get Eric Stone back up here. Going into, I believe, ball 5. A look of concentration. Again, he believes in using the entire machine against itself. Very important ball here. No one has cleared this bank for an extra ball yet. And, ooh, wonderful. Great reaction. And great patience. One target away from that extra ball. And he's got it. That's going to give him a major opportunity, and he picked up huge bonus right there. Instant bonus. And he's working on it some more. He'll get 1,000 points bonus for each one of these targets, unless he clears these as well, in which case The cycle begins again, and he is 3 targets away, 2 targets away, 1 target away. And, oh, he probably should have taken that one, but how did he know? Now he can do it. Decided to dead flip it and nails the same target again. 2 clearances. He's into the 60s. Oh, never ever give up. I know that Eric would say. And what a Lazarus right there. That ball just sat there waiting for him. It basically said, "You're not done playing with me, are you?" And he's not. Oh my gosh, he's 3 away again. 3 clearances on the same ball. Could it be? We've never seen that. And we might. 1 away. And he's got it lined up. Got it. 3. 3rd clearance. This is going to be a rollover, I think. It's already got a minimum of 1 extra ball here. I believe you can only get 1. Oh my gosh. An absolute Eric Stone clinic. He's not done yet. If you ever wanted to learn how to play Jack in the Box, just play this video. What an incredible pass from the lower right to the upper left. And what a drain right there. 89,100. And he almost made the mistake of walking away from an extra ball. No extra ball here unless he clears it again. Oh, but that was a house ball. Gonna finish with 92,210. That is a tall order for Mr. Kirby Reigns. Oh, doesn't start well. And that was a bad hit. Should have dead flipped it. I believe that is going to end it here for game number 1. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure this is it right here. And we are finished. 92-210, 38-420. So Eric Stone takes the first game. We'll be right back. we're back. We're going to stay on Jack in the Box right here. We're going to stay here and go with Jeff Palmer. Jeff Palmer's player 1. Shannon Stafford over here, player 2. Back to Jeff Palmer. This is a very decisive lead right now for Jeff Palmer. Very decisive. Shannon just really not getting the bounces. Well, he got it right there. Oh, and he almost had a similar Eric Stone style to Lazarus, but it didn't hang up for him. Jeff Palmer stepped away here for just a little bit. And so we want to correct some of the earlier information we had been given. I mean, it's pretty impossible in a head-to-head situation to have Papa-style scoring. So it's been amended to really just a best of 3. And while we wait, let's just take a look and check out what's going on in the main tournament right now. As you can see, it's pretty quiet. A lot of folks have gone to dinner. Some folks are trying to make up ground right now, get themselves back in. Some licking their wounds. trying to move on to main, do the best they can for the weekend here. This is Jeff Palmer going to ball 3. Softly plunges, lands it properly, but a quick drain. Quick drain. Shannon Stafford, not having much luck at all this game. Unfortunately, this is going to be a deciding game for this bracket. Looks like Jeff Palmer's going to walk away with this one pretty easily unless something incredible happens like Jeff Palmer, like Eric Stone did on his last ball. Shannon Stafford with a very long road ahead of him. Oh, mishit, recovered. Yes, good patience on that right flipper. Going for that furthest target on the left. Want to keep those angles wide on Jack in the Box. Also use that little cupped space underneath the flipper to your advantage. He's almost accomplished the first part of his important goal, and he just did. Wonderful job, Shannon. Oh, didn't get much out of that, though. No extra bonus, but he does get an extra ball. By the way, I'm Norma Jennings, and this is Point Monsters Classics Championships. We are in the first round of a double elimination matchup. It's best of 3. Correction on the earlier communication about Papa style scoring. I thought they were going to be doing group match play, but it was head-to-head, and it was an oversight on our part. We apologize for any miscommunication there. Shannon is trying very hard to do an Eric Stone comeback, and he's two targets away from another extra ball, and he desperately needs it. What he's got on the board won't be enough to make a material comeback here. It's one away. Shannon playing for his life here. Well, not really his life. Double elimination is basically a 2-strike tournament. You don't want to take that first strike in round 1. Beautiful, soft touch there. Picks up an extra ball, and he's back in this game. In fact, he's probably going to jump out on top here. We've seen 2 tremendous games of Jack in the Box here, and that's going to be enough to put him past Jeff Palmer. No, I'm sorry. I thought that would have been enough, but it's not. I think I misread it. I thought I saw 48 before. It was actually 43. It's been a very long day. We've been on the air since 11 a.m. Eastern Time. It's now a little before 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So Shannon at a disadvantage here because he did not. Oh, that Gonna be enough to get close. That's pretty much where he needs to be. We're going into ball 5. Would have been nice if he could have landed in that saucer to have made those bonus targets 1,000 each instead of 100. About a 2,700 point differential right there, and that could become important. Nice patience on Jeff Palmer's part. Pop up and soft touch. There's a time to be hard and time to be soft with this game. This is the soft time, and he's doing great there. Down, and as long as you can get a piece of a flipper on it, you've got it shot. And oh, the ball got caught underneath the tip of that right-hand flipper. 63,000 points. This is a good score most any other time, unless you're playing Shannon Stafford. Oh, Shannon misses again, but it doesn't really matter per se, because he's already got the benefit of the 1,000-point bonus for each dropped target, but he's got to drop them, and he's got to do it now. He's dropped 3 of them, and 4, and 5. We go on and on here. He needs a few more points. He knows it. He knows he's not quite there yet. Just a couple thousand short. Got to stay alive. He's hitting it harder and harder. Don't get frustrated. Pretty much, I think that's going to do it. He could let go right now, and he'd have it. If he can avoid the tilt, he's going to even up his match with Jeff Palmer. Fantastic performance. Don't bother that thing at all. That's enough. Great job, Shannon Stafford, coming all the way back in a wonderful 67,990 to 63,800, and he ties it up. Wow, just absolutely amazing. And they are tied 1-1. We'll be right back.
Yes, sir. Over. Thank you, guys. I appreciate this. I'm going to set it up, and I'm not going to do anything else to be effective in this thing here.
I'll get out of your way. Now,
It's as good as can be here, and I think we are about.
All right, folks. We're back.
I think we're good, sir. Thank you very much.
Believe it or not, that last game of Jack in the Box took so long that everyone else finished up their round. This leaves only Jeff Palmer and Shannon Stafford in a tiebreaker right here. They have to finish this up. Everybody else has decided, and in case you're wondering how that all ended out,
looks like a register. If it comes out to 100. Yeah, I know.
we're going to update you with the standings as soon as Jeff Palmer concludes ball one of Matahari. This is a 3-ball game. One that Jeff Palmer knows very well. Lands the saucer. It's very important in Matahari to get that multiplier saucer early and often, and to have a very strong ball one. If you have a very strong ball one and your opponent does not, you'll be chasing him the entire game. At the end of ball one, a couple of surprises here. Kirby Reentz ended up coming back in games 2 and 3, taking it from Eric Stone. Eric Stone moves to the losers bracket. Dan Coyle blanks Sebastian Bo Bo. Jeffrey Cleary takes care of Anthony Dixon in round 1. And we're here with Shannon Stafford. Shannon knows that was probably a little too quick. The faster you play with Matahari, the faster that you die. Misses and then recovers and gets the saucer. You're watching Jeff Palmer. I'm Norma Jennings, and this is the Point Monsters Classics Championships. You're watching on Twitch. This is the 2019, the 7th annual Point Monsters Championships, and it's our inaugural streaming weekend here at the Pinball Asylum. We thank you for sticking around, tuning in, and staying tuned in. Some of you have stayed tuned in for many hours. Thank you very much. And you can see right there, Shannon had a weak ball one, and he needs at least a 5x on that center saucer, and a whole lot more. There he goes, trying to fire that ball up, whack it off the back wall at the top, and get it into that saucer. Oh, he knows this just isn't it. Jeff Palmer chose this game. Shannon Stafford now back really against the wall. He already ducked past Jeff Palmer once. I'm curious to see if he'll do it again. He's got to get back up to the top to get in that saucer and get the multiplier. You see him fighting it, forcing it, then taking his time. It does tend to be a little easier from that right flipper. He's got one. Missed it there. Another try. There's another. And missed it again. This will be a 4X. There's the 4. I'm sorry. No, it's not a 4. All right, he's at 5X anyway. There you go. And now he's just getting things on top of it. And this should be enough. It looks like Shannon Stafford is going. Yep, that's it. He knows. He already counted up his bonus. He knows he can just walk away and finish this one out. So Shannon Stafford is going to end up taking the bracket over here. Easy win. Easy win when you get in the saucer 4 times. It's going to end up being around 200,000. I think he had max bonus too, so that's over 200. 215, 550 to 119, 120. And that's going to wrap up the first bracket. We'll be right back as we get ready for the next round.
Thank you for telling me. I'm pretty sure. Let me let her know. I'm going to slide the rig in right there. She's coming. Okay. Eric and Sebastian are playing Algar at the beginning of the losers bracket. Would you like to move the rig there?
Yeah, I think so, because that's a really important match.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Sure. Listen to the playback today. I talked good about you all day yesterday and today.
Oh, yeah? Hey, girl.
So I take one, and I take that.
We're back. We are actually going to go down to the losers bracket here for the next round. In a critical winner-take-all best-of-3 match between Eric Stone and Sebastian Bo Bo. They'll begin on Algar. Thank Spencer Carey for helping to do the setup right here. Getting lined up on Algar. So we'll be with you in just a second. Eric Stone's going to lead off. Eric Stone, Sebastian Bo Bo. Two great players. I apologize for the slightly off kilter view of player one. Oh no, oh no, oh no. And he tries to shake it out, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be a tilt. No, he amazingly did not tilt that. Some people said Algar was playing a little loose this week. So that's 58,140. Sebastian Bo Bo. Really, one of the few times we've seen him today, managed to duck away from the camera quite often. Sebastian, fantastic shatter. It's been quite a day here in the state of Florida. All right, great job to reset. Good early points, and he knew that might have been a problem, and to be honest with you, I really don't know what happened there. Eric Stone jumps in super duper quick here. Very frustrating for Eric to have such a fantastic game. Jack in the box, and then he lost back-to-back games after that. Very frustrating, probably heard him on the camera. Nice. I think this is not going very well here. Mr. Stone. Back over to Sebastian Bo Bo. Sebastian's got a chance, just like Eric Stone, to maybe win both of these tournaments. Very weird sort of kick out right there. Oh, yes, and he manages to get the ball back into the plunger lane and try again. Oh no, yes! Fantastic. That's called power nudging, folks. Sebastian holds. Yes, clears it again. Ball comes out weirdly, once, twice, and almost loses it. Nice. Again, beautiful, perfect nudging by Sebastian Bo Bo. I'm sorry, we're going to update the text over here. Actually, this is not the right text. Sorry about that, folks. Thanks for your patience on that. We're just getting started. Algar's a very interesting game. There's a lot on this play field, but it really comes down to those three captive balls. Can he do it again? Boy, I'll tell you, that was really tremendous nudging on that ball. And he's opened up a commanding 733,000 point to 91,000 point lead. This is a three-ball game. Go back to Eric Stone, player one. Doesn't want to go down 1-0. After already being down in the loser's bracket. Really a great job. Great nudging there. And he's got them all lit. And that means now it's time to reset them. And that's the blue flashing arrow near the upper left-hand corner. But he can go up here, and he can get himself a bonus multiplier while he's out in the subject. And yes, nice. Keep it moving. Reset. Picks up a lot of points. Going to need to do that 2 or 3 times probably. What a fantastic drop catch onto that left flipper on such an old game. Really amazing. Does it again. Now, oh, and he knows he had a chance. I have to tell you, we have a lot of respect for Eric Stone around here, but that was very unsportsmanlike right there, what he just did. It's going to be 1-0. Nothing Eric Stone. Sorry, Eric. It's, hopefully we don't see that again in the future. We'll be right back. Let's take a look at the main tournament right now.
They're playing Algar. We're on Algar. Then we'll wait. We're on Eastern. Okay, thanks, man. Oh, no problem. I'll pick Algar. Okay. Yeah. Hey. T-Bars, you're up.
Well, we're going to go right back to Algar in just a second here. This is Jeff Palmer versus Anthony Dixon. For those that are curious, this too is a loser's bracket game. We've already seen Jeff Palmer. Probably haven't seen much this weekend of Anthony Dixon, and Anthony is definitely a newer but very strong player here in the state of Florida. Seeing him in a lot more tournaments, and he is showing very well day in and day out. Strong performer, and you can see he definitely does well under pressure here. Fantastic handling of the right flipper there. Trying to go up there inside that little double bonus. All right, it's going to reset. There we go. There's only one thing worth doing, and he's doing it. Anthony Dixon with a commanding 360, 415, and up it goes. Lead over Jeff Palmer. Trying again for a reset, but there's only one ball to reset there. Probably wants to try to go and reset a couple more. Try to set a couple more and then reset them. They're trying up, and probably should have dead flipped that, but he's going to go nice flow, and almost. Great job here. Fantastic flipper handling right here by Anthony. Just a little short. Very good. Ooh. Nice little juggling act right there by Anthony. Jeff Palmer. Back to Anthony Dixon again. Sorry for the delay in updating the statistics here. Jeff Palmer. A very unfamiliar position for Jeff here. We're going to come back. It's usually a good pace setter.
That wasn't a good game, but yeah. Hardly ever trained. You know? Like me. I need it.
That's that. Okay. Well, we're actually going to just stay live right here. Pardon our mess as we move over. We're going to actually move over now and take care of Eric Stone. We're going to pick up on Eric Stone versus Sebastian Bo Bo.
Shannon's playing on the clip. That's how you asked me what game we were playing after.
Just a look at the main tournament right there. Seal Beagle in the background, in the probably the foreground, you could say. She's the one closest here on the left. All right. It looks like a little change in the lineup here.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys. You're awesome.
I'm not screaming this. Go ahead.
Good to go. All right. Thank you.
We're on Eclipse right here. One thing I'm missing at the moment is I don't know whether this is 1-0 or 1-1, and I'm getting that information. Okay, so this is actually game one of this round, so thanks for that information. How am I getting this information? I'm getting it by way of Spencer Carey. Jeffrey Cleary is player 2 here. Oh, I'm sorry. A lot of this is moving very quickly here. Way too quickly for me to catch up here. Shannon Stafford back here, player 1. So Eclipse is a game that we haven't seen today. Eclipse is very similar to the old Gottlieb Black Hole. Very, very much the same layout. You'll see there's a couple of things missing and a couple of new things introduced. There is no center playfield the way you have with Black Hole. Instead, you have 2 sets of targets, 1 on each side. Multi-ball is a good thing to get, but it's not the only thing. You can do a lot of damage here just with the drop targets. But when you see a saucer lit, you should prioritize it. Unfortunately, Jeffrey's just not getting the ball. Yeah, he was trying to get the ball onto the right flipper and didn't get it. Jeffrey Cleary stepping up. And, you know, we were talking to Jeffrey Cleary earlier, a little over an hour and a half ago. And I really just think he's just had a whoa, what is this? Oh no, that had danger written all over it. Jeffrey's really making his way up here in the standings. Currently ranked 23rd. Relatively low scoring affair here, but it was won by Shannon Stafford. And we're doing some live typing here. With Sebastian Bo Bo and Eric Stone tied at 1-1. They'll be up next. And this is it. The loser of this game is going home. Or rather, they will spend the rest of their evening over on the main bank. The winner of this will continue on. Our rig is being adjusted here. And while we're doing that, just going to quickly take a look over here in the main. And I think we're ready now. David Denholtz, head of the Asylum, coming in and out of the frame. My name is Norma Jennings, and I am your hostess here. And I'm sorry we've ignored the chat a little bit. I'm doing a lot of tasks over here. And Raw Power 2112, thanks very much for that. And yes, Quincy, Kirby's in the tournament, for sure. We are in Fort Myers, Florida, as indicated right on your screen. All right, good start for Eric Stone. Eric Stone back against the wall right here against Sebastian Bo Bo. Yes, Quincy, we've met before. I'm calling you out right there. And Quincy, I'll just show you very briefly here. Very, very brief cutaway to the standings. Your dad's doing all right. Your dad is playing Dan Coyle in round 2. Shannon Stafford and Jeffrey Cleary playing these. This is the winner's bracket right here. Quick scroll down to the loser's bracket. Right now we're looking at Eric Stone, Sebastian Bo Bo. A very, very important game here. The loser of this game is done. And we're looking right now at Sebastian Bo Bo. Nice roll off there. You'll notice there's no chance at a scissor flip right there with Eclipse, but there is that situation that he walked right into. Little hole in the out lane on the left-hand side. But on the right, you've got a lot of protection. There's a wire frame. There's the nice boundary underneath there. Nice barrier. Nice barrier. A quick lock for Eric Stone. Well, not really a lock, excuse me. So Sebastian, oh no. You know, Sebastian, not much you could do about that one. And that moved so quick. I'm sorry, we had the wrong graphic up there again. I'll tell you what, we're taking the graphics down only because you know these two guys. You know Eric and Sebastian. They need no introduction. What an incredible save. Just when he needed it. Super critical. Now that was a lock. A very, very low scoring Eclipse affair. Oh, almost up and around that little loop. Again, that's a wonderful little ball stopper right there. And that ball goes down. Oh no, and he had the lock too. And that's it. That's it for Sebastian Bo Bo. Eric Stone is going to advance. Sebastian Bo Bo's day is over.
I can't believe it should be first.
And we're going to take a break here and get set up for another game here in this double elimination classics finals here at the Point Monsters Championships, 7th annual, 2019.
Plunge off. He kicked my butt worse than yours. Is that 2 games?
That was quite a finish right there that we just happened to catch as we were transitioning on Algar. Oh, Dan Coyle fell just a wee bit short over there. Disco with a lopsided score.
Dave, Kirby won, Dave. Let him know, Dan. Thank you.
Another lopsided battle. 528, 100 to 185. Gonna go back over here to the main tournament, and we'll be right back here as we get set up. It looks like these rounds are going very quickly. We're gonna be getting down to our next round in just a second.
Oh, it is? Yeah. Okay.
Reminds me of me playing 5 games in a row. Lee Motley, you know. That guy on the right reminds me of Humperdinck. Who's good at losing bracket? I'm just going to win. It's going to be me against one of those two. Me against one of y'all.
Kirby put out Stone.
Not going to lose it. Yeah, Stone's not easy on him. Or not. He rallied the next game, so playing pretty good.
Right here. Yeah, I'm ready. Wow, nice. That's fun. Oh, no. You're right. Yeah. Threes or eights? Oh, we can keep what? Yeah, he was the one who was and it was the rules where it was single elimination. I did it for Stone now. He had a last one, ball down, bounce out. Against me? Yeah, I'm I knew I've been in trouble. I can't believe
You get that extra ball.
Oh, you got an extra ball? Yeah. There's an extra ball. I never got it.
Actually, I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to move the rig over future spawn.
The same one as the other.
Yep.
Well, it was 5 balls because I got heavy ball.
You can choose.
fit in the Wi-Fi.
Signal won't come around the corner. So I'm just going to put the camera like right here to get a view.
You can't do anything on this side.
Correct. Give me just a sec here.
We did our initial work. It's all assuming that all we need to do over here. And a number of these got standard. And although it's taking a little weird here,
Just remember that this may be where I stand. I don't want to kick it, you know what I'm saying?
no, I know, we'll back it up a tiny bit.
Yeah, that's fine.
Now, if somebody has to play the game behind me, I may have to move this.
This is why what I would do is that
No, I'm talking about this. So I think this is a good view if you want to take a look at this, but I can't really, this is full wide. I can't really get the player and the... Could you just stand in front of the game briefly for a second without playing?
this can if we back
I
up.
think that's acceptable. If you want me to move back a little, go ahead. I can do it with you. Either way. You can't really
Why in the world they do it with a handheld? That's the best we can do.
We are ready, Eric. Thank you
Ready?
very much.
All right.
Welcome back, and this is Future Spa with Eric Stone, and he's playing Jeffrey Cleary. We're in the losers bracket, and we have a slight technical limitation that prevents us from shooting certain games over on one side of the room. That's why we're in this view right here. We'll do our best to call it the way that we can. This is ball one of game number one. And he drops the first drop target. Tries to go for the second one, hits a post.
Come on, would you stop playing this way?
Okay. I think that it may actually be the third drop target. He gets the fourth one. This is a great start for Eric. I believe that's a 6x bonus, and he gets the special light. And he hits that target again. Big points. There's a target at the back of those stand-up targets. Little stand-up target at the back of the drop targets. Pardon me. That's a great start right there. That's good enough for an entire game, and that's ball one. 185,000. We're down to just 6 players left as Jeffrey Cleary steps in. Kirby Reentz is playing Shannon Stafford in the winner's bracket. We have 2 losers brackets here. Jeffrey Cleary playing Eric Stone, and Dan Coyle against Anthony Dixon. Rough start right there for Jeffrey.
saying? Eric is what? Are you picking my Harry again? You should. I'm teasing you, Kirby. What? I'm teasing you. Don't do that. Well, you kicked my butt. You gave me the tease?
This is a very steep uphill climb for Jeffrey. And it's steep because he needs the bonus letters, and he doesn't have them. Whereas Eric has the letters already. In fact, it looks like he's got at least one of those 48,000 bonuses. It doesn't matter, he doesn't need it. It was a 48,000 point bonus. That was what he had. And Jeffrey has a long way to go in this 3-ball game.
It's a bitch on that side.
That certainly wasn't going to be enough. And Jeffrey really never got started on that game. So a big 200,000 point victory right there. And that's going to put Eric Stone up 1-0 in this group. Jeffrey Cleary now has his back against the wall against one of the best players in the world. This is going to be a major test for him. And we'll see if he is up to the challenge. Taking a look back over here at the main tournament, and I know some people may be wondering what's going on with the rest of this tournament. What's going on in that main division? So we're going to check that out really quick right now before we go to game 2. Eric Stone leading over in the open division. Alex Marino hanging on to a strong second place. Shannon Stafford in third. Joe Janot, fourth place. Sebastian Bo Bo, 673 in fifth place. David Paz in sixth. Jeff Palmer, seventh. Jeff Palmer out there trying to improve his position to try to get a better advantage. Brian Dominy. Gwen Octavia still hanging around. It's looking very much like Gwen might be the only female representative in the open division tomorrow. Dan Coyle, John Beagle. Great play. He's been at it all day. It's a hard day's work. Steve Marsh, Atticus Palmer, Eric Wallace, Kirby Rentz, and Colton Varnador. Seal Beagle way back in 17th place. It's very possible we're not going to see Seal make it. We're going to go over to Disco next. We're just going to hang out for that. Meanwhile, we just want to say a little programming note here in terms of tomorrow. Finals are Sunday at 10:30 a.m. for the main tournament. And these players are hard at work trying to get their best portfolio of 8 games. 2 EMs, 2 solid states, 2 moderns. And then 2 of their best scores from the remaining 6. 3 hours left in qualifying in the main tournament. Finals Sunday morning, 10:30 a.m. We'll be here for that. And what's happening right now is we're waiting for the conclusion of the Shannon Stafford Kirby Reeds matchup on Disco, a game we haven't seen yet today. Quick look once again at those brackets. Kirby Reeds came back on Eric Stone in round 1. Dan Coyle blanked Sebastian Bo Bo. Shannon Stafford defeated Jeff Palmer and Jeffrey Cleary over Anthony Dixon. Those were all the round 1 matchups. The losers moved down below. Eric Stone and Sebastian Bo Bo. That ended 2-1. Eric and Sebastian went home. Jeff Palmer eliminated 2-1 against Anthony Dixon. Anthony Dixon now playing Dan Coyle, who lost in his match against Kirby Reeds. Jeffrey Cleary playing Eric Stone. Jeffrey lost to Shannon Stafford. Kirby Reeds and Shannon Stafford still the only 2 players without a loss. Still getting set up over here. Shannon and Kirby still playing Disco. Anthony Dixon in the background. Kirby Reeds in the foreground. 3 of the games in the tournament shown here: Matahari, Sharpshooter, and Future Spa. Over here in the main tournament, if you missed some of our coverage earlier today, over here it's the best 8 out of 12, as we mentioned. And a lot of these games are owned by other players and other members of the Asylum. There's only 1 game in this picture, and it's hidden behind a player right there, bent down behind it. Munster's Premium, the only game in this entire room, in the entire Asylum, it's actually owned by the Asylum itself. Every other game you'll see is owned by a member of the Asylum. We're on the move here, getting ready to go over to Disco.
Thank you. Actually, let me move this one here.
Oh, dude, you're fine. I'm used to it. I'm used to this, you know?
Hopefully.
It doesn't bother me in the least.
Can you stand there without playing, please? I would appreciate it. That's good. Thank you very much. We are all set.
Where do you go? Yeah, you ready? 2? Yeah. I'll wait. Go ahead.
Getting ready here for game of disco by Stern. This is a 5-ball game with some slightly modified rules. So if you've played Stern Disco in the past, these rules are just a little bit different. Disco is a 2-player game. We apologize. Player 1 is going to be a little difficult to see. We'll do our best.
Come on.
I'm going to tell you right now, that's a 0-4 there for the first 2 digits. Looks like 46,300. Not a good start when you're trying to put it away. And Jeffrey Cleary steps in. Oh, and he had a Lazarus chance, but not quite coming up to him. Eric Stone once again. In case you're wondering, I'm Norma Jennings, and this is the 7th annual Point Monsters Championships. We're broadcasting right now live from Fort Myers, Florida. And I could hear Eric Stone all the way from here. Pretty sure that was him. Yep, that was him. Nice dead bounce. Oh, misplayed though. And he, exactly what I was about to say. Could have used that double bonus. Leaving the door open for Jeffrey Cleary. And Jeffrey had a very good game on this earlier today. Well, when you get basically no flip, that certainly isn't going to get you back in the game. This is ball 3 of 5. Looks like about 172,000. Oh, just let it go. Don't tilt anything yet. That's just barely clearing 200,400. Jeffrey Cleary steps up. Okay. So when you spin the spinner on one side or the other, when you spin it on the right here, because it was lit, that advances bonus faster. Now it's on the left, hence he tries to spin on the left. There's no gate or post or anything between these two spinners. They're just suspended in an air. Oh no. not the time to do a drop. It's a very close game here. Oh, didn't get the benefit of the bounce there. Trips its way through the spinners, coming back down. Got a beneficial switch right there. And what happened there was, there is actually a post between these two flippers. Eric Stone taking full advantage of it, but not that time.
Stupid play.
Well, it was a stupid play, Eric, and thanks for noting it. Probably should have just trapped it up, but Eric is still well out in front. And unfortunately, Jeffrey encounters the same miss, and he does not recover from it. Oh, that's a rough one. Going into ball 4.
Come on.
Very nice use of the spinner there, Eric. Ooh, it slowed itself down right there. Good trap. It's very much a shot maker's game. Trap the ball, take your shot. Oh, wonderful use of the
That's a
post.
little bit of stone. You do something with it.
Both Eric Stone and Jeffrey Cleary each working with one loss. It's a double elimination tournament.
Oh, stupid.
It was stupid, but crazy stupid. He's one letter away from completing disco. That will light an extra ball in the in lane. And now, if he collects it, he can take that extra ball. You can play extra balls here. Nice. Way to anticipate that post. You know, I go back to Brian Dominy earlier in a conversation we were having. You trust the post except when you can't. And there, I think Eric probably might have been, I don't think he could have shatzed it here. This is a pretty rough game to be doing something like that on. But this is a major lead right here. He looks like he's in the 600s. Jeffrey's just had a whole lot of hard time getting going on anything here. And down 1-0. And I think that's it. That's all she wrote. That was ball 5, excuse me. I thought we were on ball 4. Sorry about that. Game's over. Eric Stone is going to advance.